Welcome back to the Fanspeak Network. I'm your host, Fred Astaire, and we are here to overreact to everything that we saw in Week 7. And then, of course, look ahead to Week 8 for our NFL betting card. We are live, Tyler, giving you plenty of time to cool down after last week's Thursday night meltdown. Let's talk about what you saw in that game and everything else you saw before we head to our overreactions.
Yeah, I mean, wasn't it the perfect Tomlin spot where once he starts to get talked up to actually have a good team, they got a shot, they usually lay an egg. And their defense just decided they didn't want to play that game after about the first 3 drives. And Flacco absolutely shredded him. Tomlin talked in a press conference a week before that about how it was stupid how Cleveland traded Flacco to Cincinnati. So you had time to prepare for Flacco, and you still got carved by Flacco. It's just, I don't get what they do, so it's the Steelers spread. Anytime you buy in, they sell right in front of you. It's just, they're not the same as they used to be when I was a kid. They don't win. They just win regular season games.
So let me give you my take on Tomlin, and you guys can write this down. You're going to hear some criticism from me here, and maybe it's because of the shirt that I'm wearing, the Raiders. And I think
I was gonna say you can't feel good.
Well, no, I think that seeing it happen live with the Raiders, I'm kind of seeing some of that from the Steelers, and of course, I read some too. I'm not a advanced NFL scout here, like Steve here, but I do read and combine what I see. And so we saw the problem with Pete Carroll towards the end of his time in Seattle, right? Was that he was running that cover 2 Legion of Boom defense. But the problem is when you don't have the elite secondary players, it doesn't work because schematically it's not really that difficult. It's just we're better than you, right? Like Richard Sherman at that point could lock down almost everybody, right? So, okay, doesn't matter what scheme you're in. We got that over there. Earl Thomas at that point, right? Versatile against the run. Cam Chancellor, players like this. I can't remember the 4th corner. Can you remember the 4th corner in the Legion of Boom, Tyler? Someone in the chat help me out. Regardless,
well, there was.
Go ahead.
There was Sherman, Chancellor, Thomas. It wasn't Jammer, was it?
I don't know. We'll have to look it up. I didn't come fully prepared for this. It's just kind of going off the top of my head.
He ended up on the Patriots at some point. I can't think. I'll look it up right now.
Regardless of his name, my point stands that I feel Tomlin's kind of doing the same thing. Carroll's was a cover 2. His is a cover 1. But he simply doesn't have the players to pull it off, right? Like
Brandon Brown was the other one.
Oh, yeah. Good call. Good knowledge there. Jalen Ramsey's way past done, right? I mean, he's
no. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Brett. He's only 29 years old. So is he done, or is he just a guy that can poach and look elite versus teams that don't have elite wide receivers? But when a Jamar Chase comes to town, there ain't a damn thing you can do about it.
But the thing is, Jalen Ramsey at 25 or 26, there was a damn thing. That's why. Okay, maybe he's not completely done, but he's done as a CB1. I think he should be a slot or a safety. When these guys lose their speed, they just can't compete.
Yes. Totally agree with you.
And then
the other big problem with the Steelers is they're trying to address it. Who's our 4th corner?
No, who's the 2nd corner behind Ramsey?
Joey Porter Jr., Mr. Loves penalty flags.
Yeah, but he was he out there?
Yeah, he was another. He was getting cooked too, and Slay was also another one getting cooked.
Oh, Slay was the one I was thinking of. He's way past done too.
Slay's been done.
Right? Yeah. And so what you're trying to do, I think where Tomlin's kind of having problems is he's running this defense that requires at least above average, but close to elite type of players, and it's just too simple. And that's why you get a guy like Flacco and it's too easy. You may be able to confuse Justin Fields and, Jackson Dart, Spencer Rattler, these younger guys. I'm not trying to talk down on these guys, but I'm saying the guy at age 41 has seen absolutely everything. You give him this vanilla zone defense without elite athletes that he has to worry about, there's almost nothing they can do. So just like Pete Carroll towards the end. I mean, the motivation is great, the teaching is great, this and that, but you wish that someone could come in there and maybe update their schemes a little bit. I mean, look at what Mike McDonald's doing with Seattle.
Yeah, we definitely. I've said that for a couple years. The schemes need updated. I wouldn't be surprised because Flacco's a good guy. He isn't going to say it, but Julian Edelman said it on a podcast recently that the Steelers run the same shit that they ran when he was on the Patriots.
Oh, and maybe that's the one I got it from. You know what? That might have been the one that made me actually start looking into this.
Yeah, he said it.
He said it last year. They're doing the same scheme for 12 years.
I wouldn't be, because Flacco will never say it because he's a good guy. I wouldn't be surprised if Flacco walked out there on Thursday night and looked at the defense and said, "You got to be kidding me. This is the same thing I seen when I was in Baltimore 12 years ago."
This is like preseason, right?
Yeah,
you're just running this simple scheme.
Yep.
You're not disguising anything. So, man, too bad Jamie's not on here. I hope he jumps on soon because, looking ahead to one of my best bets. Tomlin is a home dog. Let's go. All right. Let me see. Other reactions that I have. Well, you give me your next overreaction. My first one is that even the greatest coaches, my tough guy motivator coaches, Pete Carroll, Mike Tomlin, they both have flaws. And so that was
I think
my overreaction was that I actually admitted that Tomlin's making a mistake, Tyler. I hope that you're happy with me today.
I think Tomlin's making mistakes and probably needs to change his scenery. I think your guy's just over the hump spread. I think he should have stayed retired.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
I mean, look what Belichick's doing. And Belichick's arguably the greatest coach of all time. Definitely the greatest coach of the last generation. And he's just in over his head in college.
You think there's any way with Belichick wanting bought out of UNC that he ends up a Raiders coach next year?
I have no idea.
I don't know how the Brady relationship is, but Brady's now in the ownership. That could be something.
The thing about the Brady ownership, though, is this going to be like the Jordan ownership? If you would have told me, you know how much we love Jordan, right? And you always get on us old heads. Imagine you go back to 1998, Tyler. Oh, wait, you weren't born. But some other version of Tyler comes
I was two. But here's
so 2-year-old Tyler comes and goes, imagine Jordan is an owner. I'd be like, he's going to win everything, right? The guy's so competitive. And he's just an absolutely terrible owner.
You said it. That's your biggest problem with your guy is as competitive as Brady is, he wants these young guys to be as good as him or even better than him. You've seen him go talk to Lamar Jackson. He's trained the likes of Patrick Mahomes and helped these guys out. You think MJ wanted anyone ever to be better than him? You think if he built a dynasty,
he's a weirdo. Did you hear? He would like go down to practice and just play the players one-on-one and just ruin their confidence. Be like, a 48-year-old man just beat you.
Was he ever going to win as an owner? No, because if his team starts to be good and they win a bunch of championships, and then this player ends up being the leader of the dynasty, guess who's all of a sudden going to be compared to MJ? There's a little difference there between Brady and MJ.
Yeah, fortunately, you can't. Well. My concern with MJ Brady is it's like MJ where he's got so many business interests going on. He's not fully focused on the team. Just like MJ, right? He's doing Jordan's always putting out new brand stuff. So that'll be my last shot at you, right? Like nobody's going to be wearing LeBron type gear in 30 years. The guy's been retired for 30 years. Still the top brand in the league. Tyler, this isn't an NBA show though.
We're saying that now, Spread. I mean, that might be a meme in a couple of years. That's that part of that video.
Go ahead. I've already had plenty of bad takes on this show.
Might be in a commercial somewhere when they're putting the retro LeBrons out. No one's gonna wear these in 20 years. Retro LeBron 9s up for sale in 2 weeks.
Old white guy on there. Sounds about right. Okay, Tyler, let's get back to the NFL. Talk to me about what you've seen here in week 7. What was your top overreaction?
Yeah, I mean, top overreaction. It seems like the Chiefs are head and shoulders the best team in the AFC. Mm-hmm. But I still don't know if they can compete in the playoffs, but it looks like the Colts are just a juggernaut. And they're just going to run the AFC.
Talk about clipping me. Do you remember when I was just like, oh my godding and sighing and rolling my eyes at all your Colts love earlier this year? It's 6-1. And hey, I know this Chargers team's beat up, but this is still a quality, well-coached squad. That's a huge win on the road. I know that you technically don't have a home field advantage there, but you got to give the Colts some credit here.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the Colts are real. And this NFC playoff picture spread is shaping up to be a fun one. You have the Packers at the head, which they're at the 1 seed, which is wild to me for the way they've looked. They're 4-1-1. The Niners are 5-2. The Eagles are 5-2. The Bucks are 5-2. The Lions are 5-2. The Seahawks are 5-2. The Rams are 5-2. The Bears are 4-2. And the Panthers are 4-3. This is shaping up to be a wild NFC playoff picture.
And it's kind of fun because we kind of dismissed the NFC at the beginning of the year. It's kind of being this top-heavy conference and only 2 or 3 teams are live. But now, it's actually been the opposite. It feels like the AFC is the top-heavy conference and the NFC has the one with multiple teams alive. Tyler, I want to talk to you a little bit about what we saw last night on Monday Night Football. Did you have eyes on the Seahawks and the Texans?
I turned it off at about halftime because the Texans stink. Like, there's just nothing there. Their offensive line's terrible. He has no weapons outside of Nico Collins. I mean, Dalton Schultz was his leading receiver last night. Their run game is abysmal. And as good as Will Anderson and that defense is, they can only do so much.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where they get tired.
Yeah, I mean, the dude strip sacked Darnold in the end zone and picked up this fumble. He put 7 points on the board. The offense can't do it all. I mean, the defense can't do it all.
Yeah. So what are we making with CJ Stroud here? Do you think that Tank Dell comes back and he gets back in it? Or is this another case of a guy like Derek Carr that has a great rookie year, looks like he's poised to be a top 5 quarterback for years to come, has a little injury, has a little bit of sophomore slump, and now he's just an average guy? What do you think about CJ Stroud here? Is this just bad weapons or a lot of this decline? Do you think it can be attributed to CJ?
I don't know if it's as much bad weapons as it is bad O-line. He gets no time whatsoever to throw the ball. Like, I don't think Jaden Higgins and Noel of them are busts of draft picks. We know Nico Collins is pretty good, but no run game and no O-line just lets you just back up, and you only have to blitz 3 to get pressure on the guy. So when you send a blitz at him, you get back there so fast. You've seen what happened on that play where he almost had the safety in the first half. Like, you get pressure on him so fast. It's just, they need to rebuild the offensive line more so than I think they need the weapons, and they need a real running back in there.
Well, the wild thing is they actually addressed it. They brought in 2 new guards over the offseason.
Yeah,
it's
but
not like
they
just whiffed on their upgrades.
They addressed it, but at the same time, they kind of prepared for the future by getting rid of Tunsil because Tunsil had the big contract. That's why they moved him so they could open up money. Then they tried to band-aid the offensive line, and it just kind of crumbled from there. So you got to fix the offensive line first.
Yeah, maybe I'm underestimating.
And I'm not like don't get me wrong. The Ohio State quarterback theme of them just being bad is still there. I'm not sure Stroud is as bad as Fields. I think Fields is the worst in the league.
Oh, I don't think so either because Stroud has shown that he can do the processing of the defenses. Fields is just too slow on his uptake. Just easy reads just aren't there. Let's go to the Jets real quick. 0-7, man. I was so wrong about Aaron Glenn. I thought this team would at least be respectable.
Is it
arguably the worst team in the league?
That they have the worst quarterback that's ever played in the NFL.
I mean, what about the?
He's got to be the worst. He's got to be the worst to ever do it.
I don't know.
That dude, that guy, Duck Hodges, we have for the Steelers a couple years ago was better than that. Jamarcus Russell might have been better than that spread.
Oh my gosh, we're going there. There's our first wild overreaction.
What about Ryan Leaf? Was Leaf better than Fields?
Yeah, chat will have to ask. I mean, I barely remember Ryan Leaf. I remember thinking he was even better than Peyton Manning when you're talking about some of my bad. That's me being a West Coast guy, right, Tyler? Oh, you didn't answer my question. Did you watch ASU beat Texas Tech, Tyler?
No, I did not. I was
ASU fan, so I'm going to find the next Scattaboo, and you're going to be pissed. All right. Yeah. Are the Jets going to go winless, Tyler? Where do they find a win?
Oh, they'll find a win somewhere on their schedule because we know it's the Jets spread. They're not going to get the first pick in the draft. At some point, they're going to mess this up.
Isn't this the worst year to have the first pick? There's no clear-cut number 1 guy. Who are you going to take? Mendoza? Sellers? Who's your number 1 quarterback right now?
They go.
I mean, those guys aren't. I don't know.
Mendoza's probably the one they take. Just Mendoza's the big-bodied quarterback. You don't want to take Sellers at 1. I wouldn't take Dante Moore at 1. So yeah, I think Mendoza
Dante Moore.
6'5".
Yeah, I saw a mock
225.
where the Raiders were taking Dante Moore. I'm like, please, no.
Yeah.
All right. What other overreactions did I have? Bro, I wasn't surprised that the Jaguars lost, but were you surprised at how good the Rams looked on Sunday morning?
I mean, not necessarily. The Rams are I think the Rams are one of the better teams in the NFC, so I'm not surprised by how good they looked. And Stafford matches up well with that defense. Like, he was poised to shred them. And it's just it's overseas, so who knows what happened with the Jags. Maybe the flight was delayed. Maybe they had problems. Maybe they had jet lag. So I never really weigh much in those overseas games.
So we can't weigh the Travis Hunter breakout. I see Meg in the chat. She had to be happy about Travis Hunter. And boy, as Brian Thomas can't catch passes over the middle, you have to start to wonder, hey, is Travis Hunter going to be the number 1 here by the end of next season? What do you think there, Tyler? Is this Travis Hunter breakout real, or do you think that was just kind of a blip in the radar?
I mean, was it a breakout, or was it didn't he get most of that in garbage time once the Rams were kind of run away with the game?
But this just shows you, like, okay, now we're establishing chemistry, and I'm not just feeding BTJ, I'm looking to this other guy that actually is going to contest.
He was also hurt in that game too, so that could be another reason why. He had a shoulder injury.
This Brian Thomas fall off is one of the craziest, not just in the decreased production, but the way that the fans and the league is talking about him. It's almost NBA like, the lack of effort we're getting from him. And it's not like he even has a lot of money. It's not like they paid him. He's only got 1 good year. I guess while we're talking about it, I mean, do you think Brian Thomas is going to break out of it? Like, right? Okay, let's do an overreaction. What's Brian Thomas's ADP next year for next summer?
3rd round is my guess.
Do you think he's going to like 36, 37?
Somewhere in there. 30s to the 40s.
That's quite the drop off, right?
It is, but I mean, he was kind of pushed up. If you look back on it now to where he was drafted at and think about it, he was pushed up the draft board with a quarterback that wasn't going to be there this year. Like, Trevor Lawrence wasn't the guy passing Brian Thomas the ball when he had those breakout games. That was Mac Jones. Yeah. So it was kind of one of those things like, yeah, we were drafting him really early.
49ers trade for
yeah, but I was going to say, there was a huge question mark there that kind of just got overlooked by pretty much everyone.
Well, I'll admit it. I was too. I mean, I got Thomas in my managed leagues. We were drafting him when we could, when we were doing these best ball drafts all summer. So, sometimes you get them right, sometimes.
And Trevor's yet to support. Trevor in his NFL's career is yet to support like a real fantasy option at wide receiver, if you think about it. Like, was Christian Kirk and those guys ever like really reliable options? Like, they would have games, but they weren't reliable all year. Was Marvin Jones? No.
No, they were all best ball darlings, right? Because you could just spike them out, and then when they died out,
but they were never able to take 10 targets, 6 catches, 100 yards.
Yeah, they're not like Chase or Jefferson, set it and forget it, right?
He just spreads the ball out too much. So I think that's just something to keep an eye on for next year.
Let's talk about the Jaguars, just because I think they're a fascinating team on how excited we've been about them and how bad they've looked at certain points. They're 4-3, but this was by far their worst loss of the year. Of course, they do have the bye coming up. What are your thoughts on Cohen and what he's done with that team so far, and what do you expect from the Jaguars moving forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're halfway decent. I'd say they're the 2nd best team in their division. I'd say that's kind of a lucky spot to be in, with Houston imploding their own offense on themselves. If Houston's offense if they kept their offensive line intact and they were still decent, I think they would be the 2nd best team in the division. So I don't know what are the Jags, a wild card team at best. Maybe they sneak an upset in the first round, but I think they're probably wild card and exit.
It's just crazy how they're wasting that defense. If they had a real offense, I think that they would be the best defense in the league, right? If they were taking some time off.
They'd be a real problem with Will Anderson and Hunter coming off the edges. Stingley as your main corner, like that would be a real problem.
And even the guy Petre, their number 2 corner, is really good. I mean,
can we talk about another team?
Stacked.
Can we talk about another team that's kind of like pulled themselves out of like the poverty section of the league, and that's the Bears? Like
Yeah.
I know we talked about last week with 2 quarterbacks we taken. It was kind of like a hot take, me taking Caleb, but like spread the dude looks better and better each week. Ben Johnson's got that offense flowing. Dunze looks good. They're getting Loveland involved now. Burden's starting to tick up. Swift looks like one of the top 10 running backs in the league with the way he's playing.
No.
Spread, he's put up numbers over the last couple weeks.
He doesn't look like that, though. You can't run him up the middle.
I mean, let's just go back.
Give Johnson credit. I don't think there's a lot of other offensive coordinators that can make Swift as good as he's been.
I mean, Swift's looked good. Monongahela looked halfway decent this week, but I think Swift's looked really good. So
no, he's looked good. But I give credit to Ben Johnson for using him to his strengths, getting him outside the tackles. I just can't put a guy in the top 10 that I can't trust on 3rd and 2 to give me 2 hard yards up the middle.
Yeah, and it would only be over the last 2 weeks he was top 10. He went for 14, 108, and then he had 19 for 124.
And to be fair, it was against the Saints, right?
Yeah, Saints in Washington.
Outside. It was the Saints outside. So, but yeah, I'm excited for the Bears. I'm excited for their fans. And as much as we do like to rag on Caleb Williams, we've all said it multiple times. This league is better when each team has the top quarterback because there's nothing worse than watching some of these games with these terrible quarterbacks. Actually, Tyler, time for one final overreaction. Now, I know the Commanders were only 2-point favorites. They were the only favorite to lose outright on Sunday, which was wild. I'm sure the books got smoked. Cowboys 44-22. What do we make of what's going on here? We had all written Dallas off when they traded Micah Parsons, and now maybe it's just lower expectations, but at 3-1, you got to be kind of happy if you're a Cowboys fan at the way this team is playing. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely got to be happy with where they're playing. Dak looks very good. Dak looks like a top 5 quarterback over the first couple of weeks. He's the favorite to win comeback player of the year. So I think that their offense looks really good. The defense is kind of suspect. But the other thing is too, I know Meg and Steve might not like this, but like I don't weigh that them beating Washington all that heavily because I don't think Washington's all that good this year. Jaden's still banged up. The wide receiver room is a ghost town. All they really have is Zach Ertz. So their running back room also isn't that good. So I don't weigh that win all that heavily. They kind of played some weak teams in that stretch too. Like they just beat Washington. They beat the Jets. Like what's their best?
It's so funny how Washington's an NFC championship team last year in the NFC championship game, and now we consider them a weak team. And they didn't have this huge turnover.
No, but half the guys are hurt. The defense the defense looked all right, but it's Dallas with their high-powered offense coming to town. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Dallas might end up escaping this trade looking okay.
Yeah.
What do they got? 2 first-rounders coming?
Where's their schedule? So they lost to the Eagles, beat the Giants, lost to the Bears, tied the Packers, beat the Jets, lost to the Cowboys, and then beat the Commanders. So, I mean, yeah, you just got to be – they're winning games they should, and they're losing games they should, I'd say.
Yeah, all right. There's our thoughts on the Dallas Cowboys. Tyler, do you agree with Mike Robb that I'm a corporate liability?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think
your spelling's a corporate liability, Mike Robb. Come on, buddy. Coropate? What's a coropate? Come on, Mike Robb. All right, Tyler, let's jump into this week, man. I know I said this last week, and then I swept. 3-0, my best bets last week. It was a very happy Sunday for me. Can I do it again, though? So I like this board even less. So I'm going to let you start, Tyler. Fred. You already know where I'm going for my first one.
Oh, you want me to start?
You're starting, unless you want me to, because you already know what my first one is.
Oh, you can go and fire off. Let's see what you got. I already know where you're going.
You already know what I've got.
Go ahead, take them plus 3.5.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers as a dog plus 3.5. Aaron Rodgers revenge. This is exactly when we do pet Tomlin. We talked about not liking him as a favorite last week. Home underdog. I absolutely love it. Plus, Green Bay is. Do they look like the best team in the NFC? I know Jamie's not on here to give us all these stats and this and that, but I haven't been super impressed with this team. I know Micah Parsons is a one-man game wrecker, and he definitely earned all his money in that win over Arizona. I don't understand how they don't double team them or they don't make any adjustments there at Arizona. They could have won that game straight up. But it feels to me like the Packers are escaping here week after week. Now they're going on the road, pissed off Rodgers. That's exactly what I like. Pissed off Tomlin. This is exactly the scenario. Extra rest. Tomlin sucks on short rest. Great on longer rest because he actually, as much as we don't give him credit, does do some good jobs getting these guys prepared for the team. Total's 44.5, but give me the Pittsburgh Steelers plus 3.5. All right, Tyler, give me the bitter, jaded Steelers fans' reason on why this bet won't win.
No, I just can't join you on it because anytime I bet them, I just
fine, then don't because I want to win.
It just turns into a hate watch for me anytime I watch the game, so I don't want to do it.
All right,
it's already hard enough to watch the damn team.
What? All right, just play devil's advocate. If Jamie was here, why would he say this is a bad bet?
I mean, no, I don't think he would say it's bad. Rodgers going to have the extra motivation to beat up on his old team, his replacement, Jordan Love, and their offense just hasn't looked that good. The problem is you kind of seen last week, Cincinnati was able to get a run game going, which enhanced the ability of Jamar Chase and these guys. Mind you, there ain't going to be a wide receiver on the field nowhere near Chase or Higgins, but Love can sling the ball, and these guys might be able to get open. So I'm not going to roll out Green Bay being able to get on this defense just like they got, or just like Cincinnati did. So I lean Pittsburgh, but I'm not betting it.
I mean, this is almost Pavlovian. You like this one? Tomlin is a dog. You like that, Mike Robb? Corporate liability, my ass. Look at those. Excellent philosophical references. Tyler, what's your first pick for NFL Week 8?
I'm going to go with a total. And this, actually, here, let's check. What is their team? Oh, wow, we have props up for this game already. Actually, we'll just go this route. Nuke this one, because I'll be damned if he's the running back that doesn't do good against this defense. Bijan Robinson over 88.5 rushing yards against the dreaded Miami Dolphins defense.
Oh, yeah. But we're not doing props, Tyler. That's for Friday.
Well, all right. I'll give you a total in, but you might, anyone of you.
I have a prop for your prop party, too. I'll give it out today.
Get that in right now because I can guarantee you by Saturday, Bijan's going to be at 100.
Yeah, I don't know about that high, but it's going to be pretty high. The only thing about Bijan is, you notice they use him more in the West Coast style, catching passes. Is there a total yards number? Do you have a scrimmage yards?
Not yet. That'll eventually come up.
I would bet that instead.
I don't need any more than 10 carries to get this 89 yards. I'm telling you right now.
Okay, save that for the prop party, Tyler.
They couldn't tackle Quinshaw Judkins, who can't move like Bijan Robinson, but he's a solid running back. Bijan is going
solid.
Bijan is
better
going
than DeAndre
to
Swift, that's for sure.
This defense spread.
All right, but we need a pick on a side or a total.
All right,
here,
well, I give you the total. We'll go with just the under in that game. I think the only way it's 44.5. Atlanta's defense looks like one of the best units in the league. They've slowed down everyone. They're going to be running the ball, so that should keep the clock going. My worry here would be Atlanta runs up to 35 or even 40 on their own. But I just don't see Tua and them being able to put up points. I'm going with the under 44.5.
Yeah, Atlanta's a juggernaut at home. I was actually looking at them to lay the 7.5 for my second pick. But Tyler, for my second pick, I am going to switch to the San Francisco 49ers. Tyler, we just talked about the problems with these Texans team. They don't have an offense. I mean, and Robert Saleh, he's up there with Vic Fangio, Mike McDonald, all the best defensive minds in the game right now. Him losing Bosa and Warner, and they still look good against Atlanta. Now they're going to go to Houston. I know Houston's going to be pissed coming off a loss, but they've been coming off a loss almost every single game this year, and they haven't done anything to improve. Like I said, I think CJ's got a little bit of jitters, getting constantly beat up, playing for a bad organization. My only concern is that Texans defense there slowing down the 49ers, but this is a league where offense beats defense, and I trust Shanahan to get it done against his former coordinator, D'Amico Ryans, who's doing an excellent job with that Houston Texans defense. But Tyler, give me that 49ers money line at plus 107. What do you think of my second pick?
No, I agree with you. That was one on my list. I think
Oh, was
I
it?
I,
Did I
I
steal
really
it?
I really don't care who's playing quarterback for the Niners. I think either guy is all right. I know Mac Jones didn't have the best game against Atlanta, but that defense looked really good, so can't really fault him there. I think Ricky Pearsall will also be back for San Fran. Kittle will be more mixed in. So yeah,
Mhm.
I like San Fran to pick up that win there.
Well, here's the thing about Kittle, dude. Everyone complaining about him. That's such a fantasy football thing.
We
Watch those
worry.
McCaffrey ones. Watch those McCaffrey ones, and look what Kittle's doing. He's like a all pro tackle out there.
Yeah, do we
So I know
worry
all
that
these
this is
fantasy
like
guys are
the
pissed, but when you're on the 49ers team and you're getting another win, you're 5-2 with all these injuries. And boy, let me just go ahead and eat crow because I thought McCaffrey was going to be hurt, but instead every other player on the Niners is hurt, and McCaffrey looks to be the best
yeah?
running
How do
back
you
in the
like
league,
those rituals
arguably.
getting done in the locker room spread? They sacrificed everyone else but him.
Yeah, yeah. All
That's
right,
great.
so yeah, I like the Niners to get the win over the Texans there.
Cool. I agree with you on that one. That one was actually on my list to be bet, but I'll roll with this one. I think we're getting a little bit of a discount here after the big win for Cleveland. I think if Miami would have kept that game a little bit decently close, New England's probably lined here at 9.5. Give me New England -7 here. I think they could beat Dylan Gabriel and this Cleveland team by at least a touchdown. Their run defense.
I hate laying big points against a really good defense.
Here's the thing, though, is the Patriots' run defense is one of the best in the league. They are only giving up 59 yards a game on the ground spread on 18 carries. If they can slow down Judkins, this offense is done. Gabriel can't move the ball through the air, and they have a really good secondary with Gonzalez and these guys. So they could even get Gabriel to turn over the ball. I think the Patriots keep winning, and I think that the quarterback advantage they are going to have in this game is going to be astronomical. So give me Drake May and give me him to win by a touchdown here.
You're probably right. That's probably one of those ones where it's like, I don't want to lay 7. And then it's like, you're up like 24-3 going into halftime. And it's like a rocking chair and no sweat bet here with that dumpster fire of a Browns organization. Tyler, for my third pick, man, this is where, like I said, I didn't necessarily love this week. I hate to do this. What do you think of me going over on the Vikings and the Chargers on Thursday night? It's kind of weird to bet an over in this game, right? Because the Vikings have this really good defense and the offense is kind of suspect. But I think the Chargers can put up points even against one of the best defenses. And I think the Chargers defense is so beat up. Over the last 3 games, they're giving up 6.7 yards per play, 6.7 yards per play. That means I don't have to get to third down on average. They're giving up over 5.7 yards per carry. If I'm Kevin O'Connell and I'm looking at the way that defense has stopped the run, what is that going to do? I'm going to use a heavy dose of Jordan Mason to go ahead and keep some pressure off Carson Wentz, who's shown to be, what would be the word, Tyler, serviceable, right? He's like serviceable.
He's
but
below average,
type,
but he's not just losing you games. So,
but it's not the Sam Darnold resurgence that I thought that maybe some people had hoped under O'Connell, to where maybe he would come in and be so good that he could get a big contract somewhere else next year when they turn things over to McCarthy, which I don't know why they're going to do. But I think Wentz has been serviceable. I like 2 props in this game, and since the prop party's on Friday, I feel safe to give these out. Give me Jordan Mason over on his rushing yards. We're just going to attack that weak rushing defense of the Chargers.
Before you bet that, before you give it out, they did say the practice window is open for Aaron Jones, and he could play as early as Thursday. There are no props listed for the running backs right now, probably because of that. Are you still betting that if he is back?
No. So
Okay.
I actually didn't even look that one up yet because I don't have my props up offshore. But you know what I do? Well, actually, I don't have them on Bookmaker. They're on Bet Online right now. But Tyler, how is Jordan Addison? So it's offshore. It's 54.5, but I bet MGM is only 51.5 yards for Jordan Addison. He went for 128, and every time they double team Justin Jefferson, he just goes to Addison every time. I wrote it up right before we jumped on. I said, He's essentially they got the skill set of a wide receiver 1, but he's going against a CB2 every time. I like Addison's props. That's another huge bet for that game. But I like the over in that game.
Yeah, I don't mind that calling the over. I could see points on both sides, so I think you're onto something there.
What is Mike Robb saying in the chat now?
I'm not sure.
I don't even understand this. Spread. You notice Meg started out with true when she answered talk, saying true. Some is a corporate liability. Mike Robb, your grammar's a corporate liability. What does that sentence even mean? It's like in Reddit when they redact the post and they just put a bunch of random words up there. All right, Tyler. So I took the over on Thursday Night Football. It's something that I usually don't do, but I feel good going against the grain here, right? I like going against. I feel strong when I'm bet. Usually I like Thursday night unders, Sunday night unders, right? I feel strong when I'm going against the trend. I feel like I got something here. I'm going over 45 in that game. What's your final best bet for the people here?
Can I interest you in another over?
Yes, you can. Scoring's going up. Scoring gets better
this is played under one circumstance, and they talked it up like today, like they were going to make the switch. If the switch happens and Tyrod's the quarterback, we're betting this over, and that's the over 43.5 in the Jets and Bengals. You just seen on Thursday night they let Rodgers and one wide receiver and 3 tight ends tear him up. There wasn't enough. Like Roman Wilson had 2 catches. That was the only catches in the wide receiver room outside of DK. Tyrod's a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. He can move the ball. And Cincinnati's going to be able to move the ball against the Jets. So 43.5 seems like it could be low right here. I think both teams get the 20. And so I like that spot at 43.5.
If Fields plays, are you betting the Jets team total under?
No. Because at some point, he's going to have his game where he throws for $180, 2 touchdowns, and he rushes for 80 and has a touchdown.
Yeah. All right, Tyler. Well, since we went through this quickly, Mike Robb's cooking his vegan dinner with his weak insults that definitely don't have any meat, protein, or testosterone behind them. He says, I'm cooking dinner at the same time. Hard to cook you too. Well, Mike Robb, I hope you enjoy your lentils and your soy. Tyler, let's talk about some of the other big games on the slate. Bro, I was getting used to those Sunday morning games. What am I going to do?
Yeah, they're going away.
I'm reading my book for like 4 hours before these games kick off. All right. Let's see.
Other big guy on the West Coast that has that problem too, which is funny.
Well, because I start work hell early every day, so I'm just used to waking up that early. Plus, watching the sunrise is dope. All right. Chicago Bears are plus 6.5 taking on Baltimore. Tyler, Lamar Jackson's back in the game, but we just talked about the Bears kind of finding their rhythm, especially on offense. They should be able to, Lamar Jackson can't play defense, can't tackle, can't play defensive line. Doesn't this seem like too much here for the Baltimore Ravens, or do you think Lamar means that much?
No, I think Lamar means that much. I mean, they got some other pieces returning too. I believe Roquan Smith will be back. So, okay. I mean, I think Baltimore could cover. And if they're all going to be back spread, they're going to play like their backs are against the wall and they got to win. So they're going to come out and they're going to be able to put up points against this defense. Also, if Lamar's back, don't be surprised if Derrick Henry, Undertaker memes everyone right here. And it's like, hey, remember me, here's 200 yards and multiple touchdowns.
Well, I was drafting him in almost every single best ball draft for like the first 10 weeks. Definitely rooting for that. I don't know, Tyler. I leaned towards the Bears there, but I didn't get there. Total's 50 there. Over, right?
I would lean over, but I'm probably going to stay away.
I like the over there up to like 52. All right, we already talked about the Dolphins and the Falcons. Let's talk about the Carolina Panthers, who are 4-3. They're catching 7 at home against the Buffalo Bills. 2 straight losses going into a bye. Bills 31st in yards per play against this year. Defense has not been good. Do you think Carolina will be able to find some success, or do you think that Carolina's maybe been doing it against weaker opposition and now going against a true contender? We see how good they really are.
I'd like to see, this is the spot where it's like, oh, Carolina's looked really good. Buffalo's looked really bad. It just smells like the spot, though, where Buffalo comes out, hair on fire. They're all over Bryce. Carolina's not smart enough to just run Rico Dowdle. They keep putting Chubba Hubbard in the game. So.
That's weird, huh?
Yeah. Remember all the times we were.
It's so weird how sports, especially football, it's like a meritocracy. Yeah.
He's our highest owned running back across all of our drafts. We want him in the game.
I can't believe I let you do that, but now I'm happy I did. All right.
I got it right though, so you can't be mad at me.
Yeah, I know. So
The
that's
coach just won't listen.
that's why the team works, because otherwise I just draft the same team every single time. Panthers, if it goes to 7.5, can't interest you.
Buffalo.
Okay.
Maybe throw them in a teaser if you want that, but like, I can't bet that game.
All right.
Because it just lines up for frustration for me either way. Either I bet Carolina and they get smoked by 30, and I go, I should have knew Buffalo was going to come out like that.
Yeah.
Or I bet Buffalo and they're as bad as I kind of think they might be, and they maybe lose this game outright to Carolina.
All right, we'll stay away from that one. Boy, the New York Giants, talk about a meltdown, Tyler, right? 33 points for the Denver Broncos in the fourth quarter. Bo Nix. What a magical guy if you only watch one quarter. First three were pretty bad, though. Giants seem pretty upset after that loss. The Philadelphia Eagles has been their trademark this season. They're the Kansas City Chiefs of last year. They're the Super Bowl champions that just keep squeaking away with a win. The Eagles are laying 7, depending 7.5, depending on where you want to bet it. What do you think, man? Do you think the Giants bounce back here? Or do you think this little Jackson Dart or run is over?
I don't think it's over. I mean, that was a really good game. Their kicker makes a couple kicks that they don't lose that game. So I think he's really good. They just need better. Once Malik Neighbors and these guys come back next year, like Slayton will be back this week for them. I don't think they're going to be a terrible team. The defensive line's great. The Eagles, though, I don't think that they're going to just – it's almost like they laid an egg on that Thursday night game against the Giants. They were really good passing the ball this past week. I think that they can replicate that. So I would lean towards the Eagles in this one.
All right. Tyler likes the Eagles -7. I was looking the other way, Giants +7.5. The +7 came through for me last week. I was thinking, damn, should have bet the money line when it was 19-0. Good thing I didn't. We already talked about the Patriots and the Browns, the Bucks and the Saints. Do we even want to talk about it? I mean, seems like a Bucks smash spot, but that's just like one of the biggest rivalries in sports. And I could see that. I can see the Saints getting up for that game and losing by 3. They're catching 4.5. All right. If anything in that game, I kind of like the over 47. Do you think the Rat will be able to get it done against that Buccaneers defense?
I think so. Buccaneers defense doesn't look all that strong. I mean, I know Detroit's one of the better offenses, but they've given up points to pretty much everyone they've played, so I don't mind that.
I mean, Detroit's offense is pretty damn good. What about the Titans catching 14, Tyler, against your new favorite team, the Colts?
I mean, isn't the running theme that like Colts crush cans, another can coming to town? Isn't this
the Chargers by 14?
Isn't this one of those games too? Like I remember us having this conversation. You've talked about a guy on a podcast that's like an odds maker, and he says like when their books spit out a number, like this game probably got spit out at like -20.
I had them by 19 when I did my numbers, Tyler. I had them by 19.
Yeah, and you said it. They're not going to hang that on the book. They're going to lower it and see where the middle is. 14 ain't enough. Like they're going to beat this team by at least 17, I think.
Poor Tennessee, man. I want to be like feel bad for myself as a Raiders fans, but like the Titans exist, the Jets exist.
I mean, they played that team halfway decent, and then they just kind of folded on themselves last week. Like they were playing the Patriots good.
Oh, okay. I didn't watch that much of that game. Did they play them that close? I didn't.
They played them not super close spread, but if you were watching the game, like for the first 4 to 6 drives of the game, Tennessee went up and down the
17-13 at half. Okay, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Cam Ward drops the ball. The defense punches in a touchdown. The offense scores again, and they're down by multiple possessions.
Think the Titans first half could get there?
Maybe, but I wouldn't do it against the Colts. The Colts look like an absolute juggernaut.
So crazy to hear those words being spoken with Daniel Jones at quarterback. All right, Tyler, a couple more games we want to talk about. I almost made this a best bet, dude, but I cannot figure Dallas out. I want to take the Broncos -3.5, but this Dallas offense is just too good. And is this Bronco? And I heard people say Broncos top defense in the league. I'm not seeing it. Top player was Surtain, maybe, but I'm not seeing top defense. Definitely didn't look like the top defense against the New York Giants, who are good, but I'm not rating that like a top 10 offense even.
No.
Maybe there's some problems over there with the Broncos. Do you think they bounce back, give you a full 4 quarters and cover this 3.5 here, or is Dallas's offense going to do it once again?
I lean towards Dallas's offense being able to do it again. I mean, just because we've seen Denver have problems with these better offenses in the league early in the year. They played the Colts. The Colts were able to put up points and run the ball against them. So the defense is good. I just don't think it's as good as we think it is. Greenlaw is still going to be out. He's suspended a game. So I'd lean towards Dallas being able to put up points. Maybe Denver etches out a win, but Dallas is going to put up points here. It's going to be close. And it's huge quarterback edge to Dallas.
I hate that you're right about that.
Like huge, like miles in between those two guys.
I mean, I want to argue with you so bad, but I can't right now. Maybe next will get better, but right now, no.
Aubrey in that Denver stadium and elevation, like that ball's going to float. He might be able to kick from 70.
Yeah, do they have one of those props, Tyler? There's a little hint for you for prop party. Why don't you look at Aubrey, like over 54.5 or something, right?
I mean, I highly doubt that they're going to have that up, but we can check it out.
Well, look at
maybe
just for me
that longest field goal
when you're partying with Meg and Steve on Friday for the prop party. Just look that one up for me, okay? All right. Final game. Speaking of Meg and Steve, the Washington Commanders are catching 10.5 coming off the Chiefs, who absolutely dog walk. I mean, I thought that Raiders loss to Indy was bad. The Chiefs loss was worse. They had 67 yards.
Dude, that Chiefs team looks like it's gonna be a problem. I know it's
I don't know, or the Raiders were just that bad, bro. Like I don't think beating Kenny Pickett gives you any points in my book.
No, it's not the defense either. The offense looked like it was just gonna be like, oh, they get the extra piece back into the Thanos glove, and now he's at full power with Rashee Rice back. So I mean, it's gonna be fun playing them. Is Jaden Daniels even going to play in this game? Like, we're not sure about that. This might be Mariota. That's why I think.
Well, this line says 10.5. Says he's
line says Mariota. I mean, it's a Chiefs spread. It's telling you.
I would take the points.
Yeah, that was going to be my breakdown. Your brain's going to tell you to bet against the Chiefs because they haven't won games by margin.
Yeah,
they haven't had an offense like this in 4 years, and they used to win games by margin when they had that offense. So.
Man. At least we got a while to think about it. What do you think of this total 47.5? Do you think the Commanders, even with Mariota out there, can put up enough points for this game to go over?
No. I would lean under.
Okay. All right. Mike Rupp, what am I jealous about? He says, I'm not saying someone is jealous, and I already know he's referring to me. Thanks for subtweeting me. What am I supposedly so jealous about, Mike Robb? Tyler's excellent football team led by an excellent football coach? Or your vegan dinner of soy, lentils, and green beans. All right. That's it for us, Tyler. You ready to wrap this up?
Yeah, I'm ready to wrap this up. I mean, it's a pretty good show. I think we found some winners. Can't wait to watch Bijan nuke that Miami defense on Sunday. So it's going to be a fun one.
Dude, I think I said it last week and I swept. So maybe giving these bookmakers the proper respect is good. I think this is another tough week, man.
Don't respect them. They're the scum of the earth.
Also, I think that the teams that I like to back are all on bye this week, right? Some of my favorite teams that I just kind of blindly bet, they're all on bye this week. So these bye weeks continue to make things a little tough. I'll tell you what, man. Is this morning slate good at all, just from a fan's perspective?
I mean,
like which one are you fired
when
up
I
for?
sit down at 1:00? Which game am I going to be fully invested in? I mean,
Texans Niners is the closest one by the spread. Every other game is a 7-point spread or more. Well, 6.5.
Bears Ravens with Lamar back on the field could be electric.
Okay, good.
Like,
I still like the over there.
That's probably your highlight game of the 1:00 slate. The Patriots Browns is going to be a defensive battle. I'm going to be invested in the Falcons Dolphins for Bijan reasons. The Giants-Eagles isn't a bad game either.
Dude, how pissed are you going to be next Monday when my overreaction is that Michael Penix is the best quarterback in the league after he puts up 400 yards on the Dolphins?
Spread, you talk about the early slate. How about when we get to like 3:45 and you go, oh yeah, let me go do this again and like check the 4:00 slate. You get Tampa Bay and the Saints, you get Tennessee and the Colts, and you get Dallas and Denver.
Like, okay, Dallas and Denver's good.
Dallas and
Denver's the best
Dallas
game.
And Denver could be fun, but like at the same time, like it could be a very boring game. Like the 4:00
be fun.
The 4:00 slate could be bad.
4:00. That's so crazy. No, at 5:00, Tyler, we watch Sunday Night Football, and we go to bed early.
5:00.
To get our beauty sleep. You believe my Sunday Night Football starts at 5:20?
It's unbelievable.
You believe I'm up? I've seen every play of all those Sunday morning games that start at 6:30.
I missed a couple plays. You were up more than me, and I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah. So, anyways, but you're also like 20 years younger than me. You actually have a life. I'm just, I'm out here in retirement, just living the easy life. I'm like, oh, sun's going down. I should go down too. All right, Tyler, that's it for me. Guys, just a reminder, I should have said it earlier, but the subscription is live, $34.99 for the entire year. The NFL in-season content includes bets, DFS, Battle Royale, and more. The link is in the show description. Tyler, I'm going to let you off the hook today. Let's get our words of wisdom from Mike Robb before we get out of here. Mike Robb says, great show and A-plus comebacks and insults today, Spread. Got to admit, you were on your game.